hunt is finally over. Thank you for holding out so long. The Cloud Knights are withdrawing as we speak. Lieutenant Yang Qing, how are you holding up?
I've never been better. I could take on 10 more Hulays.
Take it easy, young one. Your wounds look quite severe. I'll have the Alchemy Commission healers see to you when they arrive. Who would have imagined that I would arrive late to the battlefield for the first time in my life? No. Perhaps you young one's blades were just too fast for me. I originally thought, in the best-case scenario, you would team up and hold this beast back while protecting yourselves. However, you joined forces and defeated Hulay. The youth are truly to be feared and respected. Come, we need to lock up Hulay once again before anything unexpected happens. The hunt is finally over. Lieutenant Yang Qing, how are you holding up?
General, is everything okay on the ground?
Everything's fine. We were able to suppress the Borson attacks. When I sensed that Hulay was not on the ground, I raced to get here as quickly as I could. Who would have imagined that I would arrive late to the battlefield for the first time in my life? No. Perhaps you young one's blades were just too fast for me. I originally thought, in the best case... Come. We need to lock up Hulay once again before anything unexpected happens. The hunt is finally over. Lieutenant Yang Qing, how are you holding up?
I thought I was done for.
I wouldn't want General Jing Yuan to lose the disciple that brings him so much pride. When I sensed that Hulay was not on the ground, I raced to get here as quickly as I could. Who would have imagined that I would arrive late to the battlefield for the first... I originally thought... Come. We need to lock up Hulay once again before anything unexpected happens. The hunt is finally over. Lieutenant Yang Qing, how are you holding up?
General, I can't believe you didn't tell me about the plan for the Sky Splitter.
Don't blame me. This was your general's idea. When he learned that you gave up being the ringmaster to join my wolf hunt team, he insisted that I hide the plan from you. Perhaps he thought your impatience would mess things up. Well, you may have run all over the place, but you ended up back here, did you not? Who would have imagined that I would arrive? I originally thought... Come. We need to lock up Hulay once again before anything unexpected happens.
Oh, I was so scared. I thought you were a goner there. We're so lucky the General made it in time.
Yanqing, that was amazing. That final blow you dealt to Hulay. How have I never seen that before?
Do you want to learn it? I can teach you. But I'll need some time to heal up first.
I hate to say it, but if you can teach me that move, I'll maybe admit that you're just a tiny little bit stronger than me.
Such an unforgettable blade. So similar to the one wielded by that woman who defeated me all those years ago. Over 700 years have passed, and I thought I would have a way to overcome it by now. But in the end, my fangs and claws were too slow.
Stop struggling, Hule. There's plenty of time for you to be tortured by your regrets when you go back to the shackling prison.
Yes, I was defeated, but this was not unexpected. And regardless, you still showed your face, Fei Xiao. Yes, I was defeated, but this was not unexpected. And regardless, you still showed your face, Fei Xiao. I have looked forward to this for so long. Our little hunting game has finally reached its climax. I told you before, I had a path prepared for you. You've doomed yourselves. As I meet my demise, so shall the entire Xianzhou Longbow. The crimson moon in my chest will make this place shine with blood. I will drive all Foxians to madness in their fear, craving slaughter without end. What now?
This is the heart of the Borisin Warhead, a product of the Plague Mark. I'll leave the next part to you.
I don't understand.
We can't have allowed this thing to spread. I will do all within my power to consume this Crimson Moon. Once the situation changes, Lieutenant Yanqing, you are to enforce Cloud9's military rules. Understood.
General!
Die, Borisin!
What? We clearly don't have wolf ears.
Strong adversary. Help me improve.
I will not allow any of you to leave the Sky Splitter!
Does she think we're her enemies?
Hule just wanted to take down the General, even at the cost of his own life. Snap out of it, General!
Fleeting!
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
You are not worthy.
How many of my moves can you block?
You are...
Receive divinity.
Much obliged.
She said I thought we'd get a minute to catch our breath. What do? Do we fight or run?
After all this, do you still think running is an option?
The beauty is eternal. Until I see that light once more, I will protect all beauty in the universe.
Time for a detailed overhaul.
You are not worthy.
You cannot hide. I will devour you.
Receive divinity. My oath. Flesh wound.
Blade in flight!
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead will return.
You are not worthy.
Rip this body and
Underestimated you. Abyss flower, bloom. My gratitude is yours. Fleeting.
You are not
Perhaps
worthy.
you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
Until I see that light once more, I will protect all beauty in the universe!
You won't get away!
is that all you got?
I have something for you.
Practice is over. Swords descend! One at a time!
Pity, you chose the wrong enemy. Receive divinity. That which is seized must be repaid. The knight's duty is my guiding light. Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead will return!
Is that all you got?
Strike with heart! Come one, come all.
Trying to resist.
We can't let him get away! But do we stand any chance at all?
She said, I'll leave the next part to you. She put her faith in us!
Resist me!
I promise. I will cure you. Feisha.
No one can live forever, Joe. This time, I must break my promise. Is this the Sky Splitter? Or somewhere else?
Lieutenant Yenqing, you are to enforce the Cloud Knight's military rules. Understood.
We can't let her get away!
Snap out of it, General!
You always leave the
you die with my own eyes.
Just consider me a figment of your imagination. Before every hunt, I make preparations for defeat and retreat. But not this time. This time, defeat was exactly the ending I was racing towards. When I learned your story from Jiao Chou, I realized that he had always been hiding a secret, and that not even the healer himself understood the meaning of this secret. What an ironic fate, don't you think? All this time, waiting for this day to come. I never imagined that this was how it would turn out. I accept it. Now, let us break through the ironclad defenses of the Omnipotent General's heart and see what secret she has hidden in those deepest, darkest corners.
So-called survival of the fittest is nothing but an excuse. You cannot weaken my resolve, Huleg.
Blinded by the fury of your moon rage, you slaughtered your allies. Merlin's Claw, you have betrayed the Alliance.
to instill terror within me. Yet all of this is nothing but a phantom!
You have returned. You will face you. The warhead has returned. It's time to return to the pack, Fei Shao. No matter how deep the hatred you bear for the poison, no matter how much we may consider each other enemies, I will still show you this path that you never imagined was available to you. Because you made a choice. You devoured the Crimson Moon. You are worthy to become the poison's warhead.
What did you say?
The descendants of Duran who came to rescue me hoped with all their hearts that once I regained my freedom, I would be able to turn the tides of battle and change the fate of our people, allowing the poison to return to their former glory. But this was just a dream used by someone with ulterior motives to manipulate the poison. They would rather place their hopes of survival on an imaginary savior than gain the courage and strength to fight to the death. Poison like that deserves no more than to be sent to their deaths. And I, a prisoner who was held captive for over 700 years, a criminal of war who was deprived even an honorable death in battle, would become a puppet upon my return, at the mercy of others. This is a fate that I will never accept. For those who are truly strong, Foxy and Borson are no more than labels. Someone who is truly strong chooses their own path. Create that path for myself. I will pass the right to decide the destiny of the poison on to you, former poison war slave and future Foxian ruler. Your healer, Jiao Cho, served you with such loyalty. He was even willing to die in order to cure your moon rage. I told him before that the only way to save you lay in my hands. If you just nod your head, you will awaken from this nightmare that the Crimson Moon has inflicted on you, and your body will be born anew. From that moment, you will no longer be trapped by your rage. Your doubt will be swept from your mind like dust, and your fear will naturally disappear.
So this was the path that you prepared for me. To become a new you.
That's right. We are so similar after all. We are both monsters that were born for war and die for war.
I'm sure my answer doesn't need much explanation. I refuse
intercept these troops, and the Borson will bow to you. Destroy them, reduce them to dust, or teach them to become servants of the Xianzhou. You are free to do as you please. Carve your name into the Xianzhou's history books, or into the list of arch enemies. You have the final say.
You do not understand, Honkai. You have no idea what it is that I truly desire. When I was just a child, I stained my hands with blood for the first time, in order to escape the whips and shackles of the Wolf Masters.
Nurgle! Don't stop! Keep running! I can't run anymore. Saran, are they catching up? They're still behind us. Don't stop! Nurgle! Look up! Look at that light in the sky! That's a shooting star! It's shining down on us! If we just tell it our wish, we can have our freedom! We will all be able to escape. We'll win our freedom, and then share it with our cooler brothers and sisters! So you have to run! Quickly! We can do it! We can escape! Nurgle! Run with me!
We ran and ran with all the strength we had. But we ended up losing each other. I escaped the hunting pack and encountered a woman that could fly. Cloud Knight.
I imagine you kept your promise.
Unfortunately, when I led her back in order to free my Kulor companions, there was nothing left there but a bottomless pit.
A star of calamity that strikes the ground and leaves only devastation in its wake.
In the years that followed, I followed the trail of that light alongside my Cloud Knight allies, and saw it fall countless more times. Gradually, I came to understand. That light was not some shooting star that carried wishes and aspirations. Each Luck's arrow meant that countless lives in a helpless world were about to be obliterated. I prayed to the god of the skybow that I would never have to witness one of these shooting stars fall again. But they ignored my prayers.
That's right. They never answer us. They just let us loose in this world to massacre each other. That is why the fierce battle between us has raged to this day. If the gods who never plead nor cry, who watch silently from above, refuse to listen to the prayers of mortals, then we have no choice but to fight for our own desires. Do you understand now, Saran? You and I are similar in more ways than you think. You are a beast that was born for war, and will die for war.
Perhaps. So, what is it that you yearn for, Hule? Why is it that you fight? one day I will never have to witness another shooting star falling to the ground. So that just one more person can live and return to the Yaoqing alongside me.
You would resist becoming the person you were supposed to be. Lower yourself from a free wolf to a domesticated fox just for the sake of one person. Then have it your way. I will use your fear and doubt as my nourishment. I will seize you and devour you. I will replace you and become a Shao.
We are so similar. Both monsters that were born for war and will die for war. You were right when you said that, Ule. So, I shall pray to the heavens. Even if they do not respond to me, I pray that the arrows of the hunt will pierce the heart of every monster. Do you see me, shooting star? The knights are sworn to protect the Xianzhou. I will uphold this vow until my very last day.
Tears of blood, and all living creatures have howled and mourned. I once commanded the strong and hunted the weak.
Now, I will use your air beast as my weapon, and your name as my prey.
Fei Xiao!
Tear back your disguises and show you how cowardly and powerless you truly are, Hule! A wolf lurks in the heart of every Borset and fox here. The moment you grow weak, it will devour you! Fearless and unstoppable!
Abyss flower, bloom.
Much obliged.
Too slow. That won't do.
My oath is to a solitary rose. Beauty is eternal!
I swear to be the arrowhead.
Always soaring. Forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Time for a detailed overhaul.
You are not.
How's this?
Nothing major. Pity, you chose the wrong enemy. Pristine, divinity. That which is seized must be repaid. The dead will return! Abyss flower, bloom.
My gratitude is yours.
Too slow.
The knight's duty is my guiding light. Fleeting! Till I see that light once more, I will protect all beauty in the universe!
Go complacent, and your life will be stolen. Fight to the death, and and you shall live forever!
Combat is a series of precise machinations. You won't get away!
If it wants to devour me, it will first have to beg for my mercy! How's this?
That won't do.
My oath is to a solitary rose. The beauty is eternal! Till I see that light once more, I will protect all beauty in the universe!
I swear to be the arrowhead.
Always soaring, forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
As pierces your skin! This is the only sensation I have experienced for 700 years. Pain! Too slow.
That won't do.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead will return! Allow me to see you off. Receive divinity.
The knight's duty is my guiding light.
Make your move, Never back down. Never hesitate. Too slow.
Much obliged. Time for a detailed overhaul.
That won't do. I swear to be the arrowhead.
Always soaring, forever triumphant. Yeah. Victory is inevitable.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead will return! That which is seized must be repaid.
My oath is to a solitary rose. Till I see that light once more, I will protect all beauty in the universe!
You won't get away!
You share your own laws. Fearless and unstoppable. Too slow. Feeble mimicry.
One at a time!
That won't do.
Hidden, mutual. Receive divinity.
Beauty is eternal!
How's this? Too slow.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
I swear to you. Always sorry. Forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable!
You won't get away!
Knight's duty is my guiding light.
Have your fangs and claws dull. Back down. Never hesitate! Not won't do.
Abyss flower, bloom.
Much obliged.
Till I see that light once more, I will protect all beauty in the universe.
Too slow.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead will return!
What? What did you just hear? Fearless and unstoppable! Not won't do.
One at a time!
Too slow.
Allow me to see you off.
Make your move. Hula. Back down. Never hesitate. Not won't do.
Hidden, you chose the wrong enemy.
Too slow. Inner peace. Let the hunt begin. Get spirit filled.
Fleeting! Till I see that light once more, I will protect all beauty in the universe.
I swear to be the arrowhead.
Always sorry. Forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
You won't get away!
Our little hunting game ends here. Have your fangs and claws dulled? I swear to mighty light of the heavens, wolf in my heart, come to me. We shall conquer as one. Always sorry. Forever triumphant. Victory is inevitable.
My only enemy has always been myself.
General. General, you're awake.
I'd like to hear their explanations.
Welcome, Miss Lingsha. I am Preceptor Tauron.
Greetings, my honored preceptor.
It's been a while since we last touched base. I've brought a friend with me today. I believe you're already familiar with each other.
Taoran? What? Elder Taoran? I remember when I was exiled, you were on the verge of passing on. What's with this new look?
All of this is thanks to your past life. Had you not been so rash, I wouldn't have had to walk such a dangerous road to free our clan, becoming this specter of my former self. Dan Heng, you've returned twice, but it seems that meeting us fossils wasn't on your agenda. Regrettable indeed. Now here you are to meet me anyway. Life does love its ironies, doesn't it?
I didn't come here with Miss Lingsha today to reminisce.
Indeed. When the Cauldron Master extends an invitation, it's only proper for the Preceptors to attend.
As the newly appointed Cauldron Master, there's been much to take care of within the Alchemy Commission. It's only now that I've had the chance to speak with you. Please forgive the delay, Elder. I sent over some evidence regarding the prison break in the Shackling prison. I trust you've already looked it over.
Yes. You sent us the remains of Mara-struck soldiers, a map of the Shackling prison, and a semblance reversion essence pill.
These are the remains of assassins who used Cloud Hymn magic to conceal their tracks. They aided in the Borison's escape, allowing them unimpeded passage through the Shackling prison. That marked-up map is a map of prisoners' escape routes. Vidyadhara craftsmen once made blueprints for the prison's construction, so I imagine, Mr. Taoran, you have a similar map in your possession. This pill
is semblance reversion essence. Indeed. I helped plot the prison break in the Shackling prison.
So, the disciples of Sanctus Medicus joining forces with the Lord Ravager to stir up trouble in the Alchemy Commission, the introduction of the Stellaron, and the Ambrosial Arbor's resurrection all have something to do with the Vidyadhara.
That's right. Are you surprised? After all, both of you were sent here by the Seat of Divine Foresight as messengers to hear my confession, weren't you? Ever since the sedition of Imbibidor Lune, the population of the Vidyadhara has dwindled. With the High Elder exiled, a few of us Preceptors had to do what we could to turn the tide. My methods might have been drastic, perhaps even incomprehensible. But it was all for one cause. The survival of the Vidyadhara. Yet, the Xianzhou natives zealously forbid any plague marks, and did nothing while the Vidyadhara suffered. Dan Heng, Lingsha, as Vidyadhara, you should understand the desperation behind my actions. All I've tried to do is to ensure our survival.
I'm well aware of the challenges the Vidyadhara face. Fighting for survival isn't a sin. But Elder, your actions have gone beyond mere survival. You've become a beast driven solely by the propagation, devoid of even a hint of empathy.
Oh. Despite calling ourselves a noble draconic bloodline, at our core, we're merely bipedal beasts. The survival of our kind is paramount. If I hadn't resorted to beastly actions, the Vidyadhara might not even exist. The sages show no mercy, as the old wisdom goes. When the High Elder abandoned our people's survival, I had to shoulder the world's sins alone. Lingsha, Dan Heng, the past is behind us, but the future of the Vidyadhara still lies within your grasp. The situation on the Xianzhou Luofu has changed rapidly. As Vidyadhara, We must unite in purpose and avoid the mistakes of the previous Imbibitor Lunae.
I was initially skeptical about the Vidyadhra's betrayal of the Alliance. But after hearing your confession, I realized that there is no point in talking about trust. Breaking the covenant of our alliance will bring war upon the Vidyadhra. Even if we are able to have offspring again, what difference will it make?
Once my plan succeeds, the Alliance will see the Vidyadhra as their saviors, because both parties ultimately share the same interests.
So now that survival won't convince us, you want to talk about interests?
For 1,000 years, the Alliance has been engaged in brutal warfare against the denizens of abundance. Yet victory has remained beyond reach. Have you ever wondered why? Should the Alliance emerge victorious, they will inevitably become the next denizens of abundance. However, if they suffer defeat, the Alliance will face extinction. Thus, the Alliance has deceitfully upheld this precarious balance. However, I have a way to escape from this dilemma. The Alliance's path to salvation lies within the secret of dragon transmutation. Imagine if there were a way to transform other life forms into Vidyadhra. The Alliance would then possess an endless stream of soldiers and would not need to worry about casualties. Once the war ended, these soldiers would cease reproduction, eliminating concerns of overpopulation. This is the way to salvation for the Xianzhou Alliance. The ultimate path to end the universe's suffering under the immortality plague. Only we, the Vidyadhra, can achieve this.
So, you relied on this rhetoric to manipulate the ignorant members of the Vidyadhra into serving you. I am deeply disappointed in you, Elder. Your thoughts and intentions are completely devoid of empathy. Cloud Knights!
Hold it!
Miss Bailu!
Mr. Danheng and Sister Ling Sha! Everyone's here?
You think I don't know why you're really here? Jing Yuan sent you here to test me, didn't he? According to the oath between the Alliance and the Vidyadhra, it's forbidden to spill Vidyadhra blood on their own territory. Are you all ready to violate this oath in the presence of the Luofu's High Elder?
Dragon Lady, there's no need to panic. Elder, the Vidyadhra's sacred grounds and the High Elder are not to be used as pawns in exchange for your life.
You talk a big game. As if you have the nation and the people's best interests at heart. But when it really matters, you use a small girl as your shield. It's ridiculously pitiful.
I've said it before. Survival is never a sin. We are all Vidyadhra, so you should understand my intentions. And as a Vidyadhra, I will leave for you a dignified solution. Leave the Scale Gorge waterscape immediately, and appeal to the top echelons of the Alliance. Let the 6 charioteers hold a trial, and sentence me to exuviation and rebirth.
I see right through your plans, Mr. Taoran. Vidyadhra Rebirth erases past crimes, but I'm well aware of the Preceptor's dirty tricks during Rebirth. You might not be you, but you will still be you. I won't forgive myself for past sins under the pretext of knowing nothing, nor will I allow you to evade accountability.
Dan Heng. I've always disliked your inability to see the bigger picture. Rebirth hasn't changed you one bit.
Miss Bailu, as High Elder of the Lawfu Vidyadhara, please share your thoughts at this moment.
I don't want to stay here. I'm tired of being pushed around. I'm not some puppet to be controlled. Please, take me away with you.
I understand. As the oath dictates, members of the Alliance are forbidden from harming Vidyadhara here. But I've long since severed ties with the Alliance. Right now, I'm simply a nameless, free to come and go as I please. The oath of the Xianzhou means nothing to the spear in my hand.
Get them! Do whatever it takes! Make sure they don't leave here alive.
The stench of evil. Oh, a weakness. Get it together.
Nothing major.
Perhaps you still don't understand. Humanity never conceals its desire to control the heavens. And I'm no exception.
The truth burns clear as a flame. Everything in this world is merely fleeting. Please, allow me to purge the root of this problem.
The truth of life and death, revealed in an instant. This sanctuary is but a vision!
A miracle!
Abyss flower, bloom.
Don't worry about me.
Eternal sleep is not the end. The dead will return! That which is seized must be repaid.
A puny existence!
Curious. Clemency? Never heard of it.
Receive divinity.
Much obliged. Time for a detailed overhaul.
One at a time!
Both body and mind.
Must be pure!
Secret of the Saints!
You won't get away!
Time to settle your accounts.
Combat is a series of precise...
How about we dissipate that time to cleanse the filth? Wouldn't you agree?
Immortality!
Dragon Lady, are you all right?
I'm fine. Thank you for rescuing me.
You actually came here in person?
Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to hear your lofty opinions. The public trial you seek with the 6 charioteers is inevitable. In addition, I'll write to the Sage Queller of the Feng Hu. With her hatred for evil, I'm sure she will make a just decision.
If it's her, she will earn the respect and assent of all the Vidyadhara on the Lafu.
In terms of martial prowess, you indeed have the upper hand. But if you're under the impression that this advantage can be used to settle the score with us preceptors, that's quite an overestimation. Given the Vidyadhara's foundation within the Alliance, do you really think you can do anything to us? As I mentioned, I'll take all the blame and become the scapegoat. With the secrets I possess, the interrogation alone will take an eternity. And in the end, through various exchanges of interest, I am certain to survive. You understand this better than anyone, as it's the very art of trade-offs you love to wield. Lastly, a word of caution to you. I heard that Hule has escaped from prison and is headed directly for the Sky Splitter. The bloodshed at the war dance is bound to be gruesome. Perhaps, even before my trial, your impeachment will have you in dire straits first.
Regrettably, Mr. Taoran, the Sky Splitter only hosted Cloud Knights today. No audience. And just moments ago, Hule was executed by the Cloud Knights.
Miss March! Miss March! My dear Miss March! I was only in the bathroom for a little bit, and you've already arranged my death? Hey, can't you play some normal games with Dragon Lady? Thanks a lot for that. Alright, enough playing. It's time to visit my masters. The infirmary is right over there. You can go by yourselves. Oh, come back and visit me when you have time. Next time, let's not play overly realistic make-believe with this doofus, okay?
Well, there's not much I could do. General Fei Shao didn't really give me any chance to shine during this wolf hunt operation. If I had been in the ring, I could have knocked down 10 Hules with just one strike.
You sound exactly like Master Yenqing. But for now, both he and Yun Li have been forced to go to the Alchemy Commission for some well-needed rest. I'm the least accomplished in swordplay, but I came out unscathed. I really ought to thank my masters for taking all the blows on my behalf.
Look who's here. The beloved Trailblazer and the charming March 7th. You came to the Alchemy Commission today. Oh, I get it. You are here with March to visit her masters, aren't you?
Exactly. How are my my master is doing at the moment.
Unfortunately, only one master is here. I'm doing fine. I'm just following the doctor's advice. Miss Bailu said I could take a stroll, so here I am. Your Master Yenqing wasn't as lucky. He's probably still in bed. Considering the intense battle with Hule, and then with General Fei Xiao, the rigorous sparring session with her. His small body couldn't take it anymore.
Master Yun Li, didn't you also engage in combat?
The little babies from the Luofu just don't have the resilience that us kids from the Zhuming have.
I heard from Modza about the tough battle against the wolf troopers. You fought alongside Modza. Did you get hurt?
I can guess why. General Fei Xiao is just too strong.
Yun Li, go and lie down.
Got it, Lingsha.
What about that smiley fox healer and the guy with the hood?
Thank goodness you and the others found Yao Cho. He lost a lot of blood and needs to rest properly. He and Maoza are seriously wounded. I've had to forcibly confine them to the Alchemy Commission. All three from the Yaoqing are critically injured. But fortunately, the Xianzhou Laofu has a miraculous healer lady. It's a silver lining in this misfortune.
It looks like the entire delegation from the Xianzhou Yaoqing is gathered at the Alchemy Commission. Why don't we go see General Fei Xiao and bring her some fruit?
I would normally say no, because they need to rest. But, alas, what can you do when the two of them have a leader who's just as restless? General Fei Xiao just slipped out of the recovery room. She thinks she's so sneaky, but I know everything that happens in the Alchemy Commission. If you're looking to meet her, the luminescent depths might be your best bet. I spotted her heading that way earlier.
The sound of those footsteps. They must belong to General Fei Xiao. Out and about, despite the doctor's orders.
What a coincidence. Someone else who refuses to listen to the doctor's orders.
Well, being a doctor myself, I don't think my knowledge of my own body is inferior to the Dragon Lady's.
The healer does not heal himself. Don't try to act tough in front of me. I'm sorry, Zhao Cho. I didn't expect you to use poison that way. What a miscalculation. If only I'd found you sooner. If only I hadn't sent you to the shackling prison.
The way you're speaking, is this really the Fei Xiao I know? Or could it be a Borisin assassin, imitating your voice to take my life?
Zhao Cho, your eyes. You can't see anymore, can you?
I can still clearly hear the sound of the waves. That's enough for me. Don't blame yourself. You know what I'm more concerned about? Has your body had any changes since you swallowed the Crimson Moon?
I'm not sure. There don't appear to be any changes. However, the many doubts that once plagued me have dissipated.
I never thought I'd live to hear you discuss your health again. But thanks to Morza and that child, the price I've paid seems trivial compared to what we've achieved. I hold no grievances, Fei Xiao. I am content.
I don't know how to offer words of comfort, nor do I know much about curing others' ailments. I am just a warrior, so my pledge to you is simple.
An eye for an eye.
So you were here too.
In this vast universe, there's bound to be someone who can heal your eyes. I'll find them. But until then...
The threat behind all this chaos needs to be dealt with. You must already have some ideas. Let them out.
The resurgence of the Sanctus Medicus and the gathering of the Borisin are merely distractions orchestrated by an unseen force, meant to divide the Alliance's attention. Unfortunately, they picked the wrong fight this time. Once we return to the Yaoqing, I'll personally lead the Verdant Knights into battle. I vow to take down a Lord Ravager and teach the Ruined Legion the true meaning of the hunt.
I knew it. You've always been so impatient.
I apologize for my tardiness once again. The Alchemy Commission detained me for some time for a health examination. They released me only after ensuring I was in good condition.
General, seeing you safe and sound puts our minds at ease. Hulei's escape caused significant upheaval and forced the war dance to be put on hold. A truly unforeseen disaster. Fortunately, the younger generation showed their valor. They bravely tackled the crisis, putting an end to the disaster and providing a glimmer of hope in a dire situation.
Before Master Diviner Fu Xuan's departure for the Yutre, I consulted with her about the war dance. She left a note stating, "The hexagram oscillates between thunder and heaven, a sign of great power, assuring us that we would successfully navigate any challenges." She advised me to trust the younger generation's abilities and let them lead. Her predictions, it appears, have come true. It's just... the Xianzhou Luofu's long-standing duty of keeping Hulei imprisoned ended with his death on the Sky Splitter. This event is likely to bring much criticism from the Alliance's upper ranks.
However, Hulei's demise might actually be a blessing in disguise. Broadcasting this news could derail the Borisin's resurgence and quash the ambitions of those who wish to take advantage of his return. Hand over Hulei's remains to the Xianzhou Yaoqing, and I'll handle the explanations to the Alliance. But what about the war dance? While the Wolf Hunt mission was a success, the events on the Sky Splitter remain a secret. However, the news of the Borisin's attacks on the streets will spread like wildfire.
The war dance was interrupted, so it must be reconvened. As for the people who witnessed the attacks, beyond placating them, we also need to show them the Xianzhou Cloud Knight's fearless dedication. On the war dance's opening day, Rogue Borison attempted to stir up panic, but was swiftly neutralized by the Merlin's Claw and the Cloud Knights. A genuine tale of heroism that will captivate and calm the public.
As Elder Huayan suggests, the Law Fu will do its best to heal the wounded and compensate those who were affected. We aim to reopen the war dance in the coming weeks.
This settles the immediate concerns on the Law Fu, but my thoughts linger on the orchestrator behind these events. From the onset of the Ambrosial Arbor crisis, the Xianzhou Law Fu has experienced numerous disturbances, directly linked to the Lord Ravager Fantelia.
Her attempt to infiltrate the Xianzhou with the Borison and sway the Lawfu preceptors to join the Sanctus Medicus's insurrection was unsuccessful. But I have a feeling that she is indifferent to the success of her plans.
Rather than outright victory, Fantelia's motives seem to lie in breeding discord and chaos among allies. Should the Alliance fail to mend these rifts, it risks disintegrating into a pile of sand.
The goal of the Xianzhou Alliance has not changed for thousands of years. Perhaps we should point the weapon in our hand toward this new adversary. I plan to bring this matter before the Marshal following the war dance.
With Elder Huayan's insight, one wonders how the Marshal will react.
It's clear we're engaged in a game of chess not seen in thousands of Amber eras. A game where even the strategists become pawns in battle. Where the stakes are as high as the fates of countless stars in the sky. Predicting the Marshal's decision is beyond me, yet she's well aware of our concerns. She has tasked General Yao Guang with performing extrapolations day and night to gauge the situation comprehensively. We gathered today not just to tackle the Law Fu's predicaments, but also to address a matter requiring our collective presence. Yao Guang has sent a message from the Xianzhou Yuchui, informing us that she wishes to share the results of recent calculations she made within the Matrix. Jing Yuan, I'd like to borrow the seat of Divine Foresight's chessboard for this purpose.
Hello, everyone. It's been a long time. Over 3 decades have passed since we last convened. And I've dearly missed each of you generals during this time.
Was the seer strategist thinking of us, or thinking of the fates we're destined for?
The Merlin's Claw. As blunt as always. Though, not everyone's cup of tea, huh? You once told Jing Yuan, "You're lucky that I'm the one who came this time. If it were the seer strategist, this conversation might not be so friendly." I'm intrigued. Did the conversation really come to pass?
I've never heard anyone mention that the Decalite reflection barrier could eavesdrop on even the quietest whispers. It appears that the Marshal sent not just 2 generals to the Law Fu, but an uninvited 3rd guest as well.
People have been saying that Mr. Jing Yuan's intellect shines as brightly as the seer strategist's. With the Law Fu caught in such strife, the Yuchui couldn't just stand by and watch.
Seer strategist, our time with the Yellow Bell is limited. Let's get straight to the point.
Alright. Thanks to Mr. Jing Yuan, the interrogation of the 2 prisoners on the Yuchui has concluded. Mr. Jing Yuan's speculations were correct. Of the crimes they confessed to, planting a Stellaron on the Law Fu was a complete fabrication meant to mislead. Their real aim was to secure a meeting with the Marshal to present their Godslayer protocol, a strategy they firmly believe in.
And what was this grand strategy proposed by Jing Liu and that traveler?
The narrative they painted was vast and difficult to put into words. It all revolves around the coffin of the blonde traveler. To be precise, it's the remnants of the propagation.
The remains of the swarm author?
More accurately, it's a fragment of the divine body. In the future they depicted, this fragment serves as the final nail, sealing the fate of the plague's author and securing its doom. Before reaching that point, battling the gods necessitates a larger alliance. Hence, they sought out an ally for the Xianzhou. I assume you've all heard of the famed Genius Society member number 81, Ron Mei, haven't you? The Eye of the Yuchui has just seen this uninvited guest arrive on the Xianzhou Love. 3, 2, 1. Right on time. Now, as for the best way to receive our distinguished guest, I'll leave that in your capable hands.
Do you remember your name? My name is Ting Yun. I serve as an ambassador of the Whistling Flames Merchant Guild on the Xianzhou Luofu.